Hey pretties, what's up? You're welcome back again to my channel. My name is Lady Sharon. Thanks for stopping by to check out today's video. If you're new here and you just recently subscribed to my channel, thank you so much guys. And if you're watching for the very first time and you find my video helpful and interesting, please before you leave, don't also forget to leave a comment behind and also support me by subscribing to my channel guys. So on this video I'll be showing you guys how I make my lovely beautiful blue wig cap guys. So to do this I'll be needing just one adjustable wig cap and a piece of a Swiss lace material. So after laying the Swiss lace material on the cap and then securing it with my T-pin, next is to go ahead and start to sew both net together. Okay, so to sew this I'm using a needle and thread, and then I'm using a brown thread, that way it can fit properly to the same color of the Swiss lace which I am using. So after sewing both net together, right now I'll be trimming out the excess thread I use in sewing it and then separate it into two, tie it twice, that way it can secure properly and not unravel easily. Okay, so after doing that I'll also be trimming off the excess Swiss lace material after sewing it. Okay, so I also did the same thing with the other side as well. So after trimming this, I'll then grab my eye pencil. I'll be making a straight line from the middle to the frontal hairline. Okay, yeah, so to do this I'm not going to be drawing it from the beginning to the end. Okay, I'll only be drawing it from the middle to the frontal hairline. So after taking that measurement, next is to take the measurement of my frontal hairline while using the black cap below as a guidelines. Okay, yeah, so that is how I do my wig cap. So when you're doing this, it's not difficult. As a beginner you can just follow my tutorial, my step-by-step tutorial, and you can make one beautiful wig cap for yourself. So at the crown area I also make I draw lines, some lines, okay, which I'll be using to make my boss braid later on. Yes, so right now you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just cut off the excess black cap under the Swiss lace material. So when you're doing this you want to be very careful, because you can easily cut the brown Swiss lace material. So when you're doing this, be careful with your fingers as well. Okay, so I also left some one extra length of my elastic band on the cap. Okay, so that will just help to secure it properly when you're wearing it. So to do this I'll be like stretching the elastic band a little bit, not too much. Okay, after stretching it I will then hold it there, use my T-pin to just pin it at that point. So after pinning it, next is to use my needle and thread once again to just sew it together with the brown net. Yes, so I'll be sewing this twice, like I'm going to sew it to the end and then repeat it from the end to the frontal hairline, like sew it front and back. Okay, just to make sure everything is well secure. So after doing that I'll then take off the T-pin, and then here is the cap guys. Okay, this is very important, which is the base of the wig cap you're going to be making. So this is very important and you just have to pay more attention when you're doing this part. So this is going to be the second step of my wig making guys. So for this I'll be needing a ventilating hook, which is the smaller version of the crochet hook. Okay, so and for the hair I'm using a color 4 hair to do this. I just have some piece of black extension in the house before, but if you want to buy, you can just go and buy one pack for yourself. You're not going to be using all of the pack, you're just going to be needing just a few pieces just to make that part. Okay, so after ventilating most of the bosses, I also went ahead to just braid it just to separate them from each other. Okay, so this is how I ventilate the boss braid guys. So I make sure not to pick too much of the hair, just 4 to 5 hair strand is enough. Okay, and when you're doing yours, make sure to also ventilate the middle part of the boss braid you are making. Yes, so after doing that I will then use my comb to just comb it up a little bit, just to detangle it and then braid it up, like I said, just to separate it from each other. So this is how I do my boss braid. If you notice something, I still have some space left over at the back which I didn't boss braid, which is about 2 boss braid I left there. So that is really not important because I'm going to be covering that part with a cornrow. Okay, so for my braid which I'll be using, this is the color. Okay, so I'm using a normal expression ultra braid, okay, which is the kind of called 100% Kanako hair braid. So I'm not going to be using I'm not going to be cutting one part just like that. So I'm going to be dividing it into 2, and then I'll cut it into 4 parts. So this is how I cut it. Okay, just cut it and then fold it again and cut it, which is going to be 4 section. Yes, so if you're not going to be using this expression exactly like you want to use any other color, you can go for darling. Okay, because for those of you in Nigeria and you feel the expression is kind of expensive, you can go for the darling. So if you want to buy this color, the darling, they have it in tea blue color. Okay, so the color in darling is tea blue. So after stretching out the ends of this hair, I'll be using my white tooth comb to just detangle the hair. So to do this, you have to start from the end and then work your way to the middle where you're holding it. So after detangling the hair, I'll then go ahead and then rub a little bit of my beeswax cream onto the hair. That way it doesn't tie to my fingers when I'm unrolling it or when I'm just braiding the hair to my wig cap. Okay, so after rubbing the cream to the hair, I also once again detangle the hair to make sure everything is perfect and straight, and tie it and set it aside while I work with the rest of the hair. So right now guys, it's time for me to start braiding the hair into my wig cap. So if you notice, the color I'm holding is not the same color which I already used in braiding the hair on my wig cap, and the reason is because when I started making this wig cap, I thought the blue extension I have in the house is going to be enough in making this wig cap, but I was wrong. So the blue I have before in the house was lighter than the one I bought. Okay, so that is the reason why I just had to place the blue ones below and then use the darker blue above. Okay, and to crochet the hair, you can see what I'm trying to do right here. I'm just trying to just like make a cross. Okay, just to make sure everything is fixed properly when you are braiding the hair. Like the hair is not going to be moving from one side to the other, everything is just going to be perfect. Okay, so for this I'm going to be separating the hair into 3 sections and then braid it like once. Okay, so after braiding it that once, I'll be adding my extension to it and then start to braid. So after adding the extension to the hair, I also use my index finger to just hold it together with the braid I'm holding and then start to braid it. Okay, so I'll be braiding it all the way to the down. Okay, so if you notice, the rest of the braid I already made before. At the point when I was making, or at the beginning of this hair making or this wig making, I wanted to make a short hair, okay, a short bob for this wig, but I just later I changed my mind. I just made everything all through and straight to the end. Okay, so you can see the back is kind of scanty and the middle part is kind of full. Okay, so that part is just going to cover the back side. So to do my boss braiding, so this is the method I use, which is very good, and it's just going to like, so to do my boss braiding, this is how I do my boss braiding. This will just help to secure the hair very well, like it's not going to be pulling upward. Okay, and also you don't need a shine and jam gel to hold it firmly to the bottom. Okay, so this is very simple. So if you want me to make a simple video on how to do this braid alone, like it's not going to take about 2 to 3 minutes video, I'll be willing to do that. Just let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so I'll be braiding all this to the end like I said before. So at the point, if you're braiding, the hair strand is going to be small, or one side is going to be smaller than the other one, just borrow from the bigger hair strand and then add it to the smaller one and continue braiding. Okay, so right now I'll be repeating the same process like I did before, just for you to see it properly what I did before. Okay, so I just get the hair and then place my finger in the middle, like I want to separate it in the middle, and then start to braid it with my hair together. So the purpose of me crocheting the black hair on my wig cap is just to like make it realistic, like the black hair is my own natural hair, while the blue hair is the extension. Okay, so if you don't want to use black for your crocheting, you can also go for the blue alone. Okay, but be rest assured it's not going to be realistic like what you're seeing right now. So it's time for me to go and then start to design the side part of my wig cap, guys. So to do this, I'm going to be using my eye pencil to just give my cap some kind of design. Okay, so for this design, I didn't prepare for this design, so I just like being a little bit creative right here. So make sure to get the design you want to make at hand before you start to crochet the hair, because you don't want to crochet the hair on the cap and at the edge you just have to lose everything again. Okay, so make sure you get the perfect design you want before you start to make this style. Okay, so also I'll be crocheting a tiny little hair strand along the line I just drew. Okay, so the line is just going to be a guideline to what I'm crocheting, so I'm just going to follow that line all the way to the end. So this is how it's going to be looking. Right now I'll be unrolling the hair all to the back. I already separated one of the hair I crocheted earlier on, and now I'll be attaching my hair extension to the hair I crochet and then start to unroll to the back. Okay, so you can see how I'm doing it after adding the first section of the extension, and then I just unroll that once, and then the next one is like I'm leaving one side or one end of the extension and then start to unroll it. So after unrolling it, I'll be adding the same part I'm leaving to the inside of it. Okay, yeah, that way you don't have to see the line crossing it to the other side. Like, it's not going to be like that of the Ghana braid, guys. Okay, everything is just going to be smooth. Like, this is just like from your own hair, like the braider is braiding it from your own hair. Okay, yeah, you can see how it's looking. This is the cornless cornrow, guys. This is very cute. This is very pretty. If you can do it the right way, if you can unroll it the right way, like you don't want your cornrow to be skewed, you just want everything to be smooth. Okay, so after doing this and then get it to the end, I'll be using my T-pin to just hold it like I did on my last video. That way it doesn't pull up. Okay, yeah. So this is how it is looking after unrolling all the side of the hair. I also added a little bit of the baby hair in front, which I didn't film. Yes, when I was making the baby hair, I thought my video was recording, but it did not. Sorry guys for that part. Okay, so after doing this, next is to just go ahead and then dip it inside my hot water. Okay, so I'll be dipping just the longer side, which is the braid part, into the water, and then leave the cornrow side alone. Okay, so I won't be placing everything inside the water. I just wanted the tip of this hair to be really straight and frizz free. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to be doing this for 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes, I'll be hanging it for it to drip off excess water. So when you're dipping your hair, make sure you are careful with your fingers, because the steam that is coming out from the hot water can easily burn your hands. Okay, so after a few minutes, I'll be using my hair dryer to just blow it dry, just to remove or dry any excess water out from it. So here is my beautiful self, my beautiful hair, my pretty hairstyle. I'm rocking it already, guys. So sorry for the dance in case you don't like the way I'm dancing, guys. So here is my hair. You can see how it is looking. It's looking really so realistic, guys. So can you tell this is a wig cap? Yes, if you see me on the street, will you know this is a wig cap, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, yeah. So this is my hair. This is the side. You can see the design I gave myself. You can see how it is looking. It's looking so pretty. Yes, and the length as well, everything was perfect. I think this is about 18 to 20 inches. I did not measure it though, but I just guess it's 18 to 20 inches. So for the back, you can see how I gave some space at the back, which is at the bottom part, and then at the middle of it, I make sure it's not too, like the space is not too much, just to cover up the back side. And for the elastic band, I also added extra elastic band just to help the elastic band that came with the cap, because with time the elastic band that came with the cap is just going to slack. So adding extra hold to it will just help to hold the wig firmly to your head. Okay, so this is the hook I use, and you can also use the one I showed before, or this normal regular elastic band. Okay, so that is it for the wig and the elastic band. So for the Swiss lace material I use the dark brown, which is perfect for my skin tone, and it's just going to make it look so realistic, like you have this from your own hair. Okay, so that is it for the video, guys. I just love this hair. You can see the length, what I'm talking about, is just perfect, and it's not too long. Everything is just okay, and the tip was really straight and smooth, okay? And don't forget to trim the hair, okay? Like at the end, make sure to trim the hair after you dip it inside the hot water. So yes guys, I'm just loving this hair. If you like my video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. That way you will get my new video notification when I upload new video into YouTube, okay? Don't you see how I'm rocking my hair already? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you again. Take care. Bye guys. Drove down